and they're fighting each other. I said, why don't you let them fight? Why are we getting in the middle of it? I said, let them fight.
But we're not going to get involved in the middle of a war that's fundamentally none of our business.
The world stands on the edge of a potential catastrophe as two nuclear-armed nations, India and Pakistan, clash in a volatile standoff. Just weeks ago, on April 22nd, 2025, a Pakistani terrorist attack in Kashmir's Pahalgam claimed the lives of 26 innocent tourists, igniting a firestorm of retaliation. India responded with Operation Sindoor, striking 9 terrorist bases across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Pakistan retaliated with missile and drone attacks, which India swiftly thwarted. The region is now a powder keg, with both sides armed to the teeth and the world holding its breath. But in a stunning twist, the United States, a nation known for its global interventions, has declared this conflict fundamentally none of our business. U.S. Vice President JD Vance in a recent interview stated, "What we can do is try to encourage these folks to de-escalate a little bit, but we're not going to get involved in the middle of a war that's fundamentally none of our business and has nothing to do with America's ability to control it."
We're concerned about any time nuclear powers collide and have a major conflict. What we've said, what Secretary Rubio said, and certainly the President has said, is we want this thing to de-escalate as quickly as possible. We can't control these countries, though. Fundamentally, India has its gripes with Pakistan. Pakistan has responded to India. What we can do is try to encourage these folks to de-escalate a little bit, but we're not going to get involved in the middle of a war that's fundamentally none of our business and has nothing to do with America's ability to control it. You know, America can't tell the Indians to lay down their arms. We can't tell the Pakistanis to lay down their arms. And so we're going to continue to pursue this thing through diplomatic channels. Our hope and our expectation is that this is not going to spiral into a broader regional war or, God forbid, a nuclear conflict. But sure, we're worried about these things. But I think the job of diplomacy, but also the job of cooler heads in India and Pakistan, is to make sure this doesn't become a nuclear war. If it happened, of course, it would be disastrous. Right now, we don't think that's going to happen.
President Donald Trump, too, weighed in, calling the escalating tensions tit for tat and urging both nations to stop, saying, "They've gone tit for tat, so hopefully they can stop now." Yet here's the irony that cuts deep. It was the United States that equipped Pakistan with F-16 fighter jets, jets that have been used against India in past conflicts. Just days ago, during India's Operation Sindoor, an Indian surface-to-air missile shot down a Pakistani F-16 near the border. These are the same F-16s that the U.S. has continued to support, even providing funding for their maintenance as recently as this year. So when the U.S. says it's none of our business, one must ask, is America turning a blind eye to the consequences of its own actions? Why is the U.S., a nation that has intervened in conflicts from Iraq to Ukraine, choosing to stay out of this one? Is it because both India and Pakistan are nuclear powers and the risk of escalation is too great? Or is there a strategic calculation at play? India is a key partner in countering China's growing influence, while Pakistan remains an ally, albeit a troubled one, especially after the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. The U.S. is walking a tightrope, trying to balance its interests without getting its hands dirty. But let's not forget history. The U.S. has a long record of arming Pakistan, often with weapons that have been turned against India. So when JD Vance says it's none of our business, it feels like a betrayal of accountability. The U.S. supplied the tools of war, yet now it claims no responsibility for the fire they've helped fuel. As tensions simmer, the world watches helplessly. Will India and Pakistan find a way to de-escalate? Or are we on the brink of a nuclear nightmare? And what of the U.S.? Will it truly stand by as the region burns? Or will it be forced to step in when the stakes become too high? In the shadow of nuclear arsenals, every move is a gamble.